Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video all on how I get my glowing summer ready skin, which still looks like skin even though I have a good amount of product on there. So if you'd like to know how to get this makeup look, including my skincare tips, then please keep watching. But before you leave, don't forget to subscribe. The button is just down there, and please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well. But for now, let's get straight to the video. You guys all know that I'm all about the skincare, and skin prep before doing your makeup is key to getting a flawless base. I'm going to be using these three L'Oreal products to cleanse, mask and moisturize my skin with the Hydra, which you guys know I already love, but I also have a 20% off bundle code for this, so please check the info box below. The first skincare step is to cleanse. So cleansing I'm doing here with the cleansing cream, and this is from the Fine Flowers range from L'Oreal Paris, and you guys, this smells like jasmine and rose. It is so stunning. It has a really rich and creamy texture, but once you start massaging it into your skin, it melts into your skin and it leaves your skin feeling so soft and without it feeling kind of dried out, and I really love the way that my skin feels. Here I'm just taking it off using a cotton pad, and you can definitely see that my skin is a lot cleaner. Next up, we have the Pure Clay Detox Mask. You guys all know by now I love doing a mask, especially before a big night out or an event, and this is just that. This helps to detoxify and really brighten the skin, but I love just how this doesn't dry my skin out. So I've just put a really thin layer of this all over my face. I'm gonna leave it on for 5-10 minutes and then wash it off as easy as that. Last but not least, it's to moisturize the skin. And here I'm using the Hydra. I'm taking 2 squirts of this and putting this all on my face. It has a water-like texture and it rehydrates the skin without overloading it. It also has hyaluronic acid in it, which is naturally found in the skin, and it can actually hold 1,000 times its weight in water. This gives me fresh, glowy skin. It absorbs really quickly into the skin and it is a perfect makeup base. So please don't forget to check out my 20% off £18 bundle in the info box below. But now we're going to move on to the rest of the makeup. I'm taking my all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay and I'm spraying this all over my face, and this is going to basically make our base makeup last a really long time. And moving straight onto foundation, I'm using my L'Oreal Paris True Match foundation, and I'm first basically dotting this all over my face and then beauty bouncing this in with my beauty blender all over my face. This is actually a Tarte beauty blender, which I really like, and I'm just adding a little bit more coverage in very thin layers on the areas where I need it. I'm taking a mixture of the Nars Radi Creamient Concealer. This is in the shade Custard, I believe, and I'm putting again a very thin layer underneath my eyes and all the areas that I want to highlight. And this is totally optional, but I love doing this to add dimension to my skin. And this is a very lightweight concealer, which is what we want. We want to work in thin layers because that's going to give us very glowy, luminous summer skin. And then I am going in and adding some of the Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Light, into the areas where I want to add a little bit more of brightness to my skin. And once I've got that in place, I am blending everything out with that same beauty blender and making sure all of the lines and everything is really meshed into the skin. I love spending lots of time just bouncing this onto my skin and really blending it out. For contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick in the shade Fawn, and I'm adding this to the areas where I want to add shadow to my skin. Again, I want to stress thin, very light layers is key for this. And then once I've got this on the areas where I want it to be, I am blending and buffing that all into the skin. Again, take your time with this because you want to make sure everything's really nice and blended in and everything is looking like it's nice and kind of almost melted into the skin. And because we've got our good skincare in check, it's going to be very easy to do that as well. I love going over on the top of my skin with my beauty blender because I can just make sure that everything is nice and blended. We're going to make sure we're working with all cream products first. I'm taking my iconic London Illuminator drops and I'm adding them to the high points of my cheeks and also a little bit on my nose and Cupid's bow. So I like using all my cream products before my powder because this is just going to make everything really blend into the base very well. Then I'm grabbing my all-nighter setting spray one more time and just setting the whole of my face, and this again is just going to lock everything in place. Now we're going to take our powders and start to set. I'm going to take this shade and first set the areas where we applied the concealer, and this has got a really nice yellow undertone to it, so it's going to help just add a little bit more brightness. But again, literally I'm just tapping my brush in there once. I'm not grabbing a lot of product. Then I'm taking this middle shade right here, and I am just warming up the skin, and this I'm just going to add in all the areas where we contoured our face with the ABH contour stick. And once all of that is nice and blended in, I'm taking the slightly cooler tone shade on the left, and I'm just going over the areas where I want to add a little bit more shadow, which is generally on my cheeks and my nose, and just blending that in a bit just to make sure it's nice and really melted into the skin. Taking Capri Coast, which is a Becca bronzer. It's got slight shimmer to it. I'm just adding that onto the perimeters of my face just to add a bit more of a glow. And for highlight, I'm taking my Nude 206 L'Oreal eyeshadow, and I'm putting that onto the high points of my cheeks. And this has a very creamy texture, so although it's a powder, it's going to melt into the skin really beautifully as well. I am layering this product onto the high points of my face just so that I'm getting my optimum highlight, and it's blinging very nicely as much as I want it to. And here is a close-up of what my skin is looking like. Still very skin-like, very glowy, but I am adding my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to the high points of my skin, and this is just going to add that extra kind of glow to the skin, because we about that glowy life this summer. And one last step for the skin is to add a little bit more of that all-nighter spray, and this is just going to get rid of any kind of powderiness, and again it's just going to lock everything in place. Here I've just got my eyes and my lips on, and I'm giving it one last spritz, and this, you guys, is the end of the skin and makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed my tips and tricks on getting a glowy skin perfect for this summer. I really hope that England has a really good summer this year. My fingers, my toes, everything is crossed. But yeah, please don't forget to check out the Boots bundle, which will be linked, and all the details will be in the info box below. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!